Feeling Terrific, the podcast about mindset, different perspectives, and authentic talks with interesting people. Hi, my name is Christian Ter. I'm a recruiter in the IT industry. I'm glad that you're here, and a warm welcome. I'd like to take the chance today and kind of introduce myself briefly to you so that you know who you are dealing with and mostly who you are listening to. So to start with, I finished school in 2016. Then I started to work part-time on the weekends and after work. So it was during a full-time job. The reasons for that were quite simple. First, I would say my marks weren't the best to start a full-time study. But on the other side, and more importantly, I wanted also to earn my own money, and basically more than a working student would get. So those were the reasons. And now you might wonder, okay, why recruitment? Why not finance or whatever? The explanations for that are also quite simple. So basically, I took 2 internships during my school time, both at the Deutsche Bahn. The first one was more kind of a child dream. So I took an internship as a Lokführer. And funny side story here, I did have the chance to be a participant in the front row, kind of, from Munich to Stuttgart, and I was getting asleep. So that was my internship there. And the other one was, basically in the HR department. And there I just not didn't have the chance to see what HR basically means, but also I did have the opportunity to be on the other side of the table, if that makes sense. So I did have the chance to kind of assess people. I did have the chance to assess people the first time to see, okay, if they are fit for a role and not the other way around. And this experience also did leave me kind of goosebumps. So it was kind of, it hit me, right? So it was kind of recruitment recruited me. And the rest is basically history. So I started at an agency. That was a good time to really build the foundation, the fundamentals. And from there, I moved on to a smaller startup, I would say, at this time. It was focused on SAP consultancy, project 0708. Greetings to my old colleagues. I think they are still hiring. A great company, just can recommend them. And from there I moved on to Adobe, and the reasons for that were also quite simple. I wanted to have a steeper learning curve, which I also did get. So it was definitely the right decision. And there, the thing was that I had temporary contracts, and at this point of time, a move into a recruiter role on paper wasn't really possible. So I had to move on, right? And then I found Alteryx. I didn't know Alteryx at the time, but basically also a great company with a good culture. And on paper, they wanted someone with 7+ years of experience because they were looking for the first person in the region. And obviously, I didn't have that, but basically, they hired for attitude, I would say. And that's also kind of a phrase or kind of a mindset I really like, because I think that in nowadays times, it's really, really key to have this mindset, because otherwise you won't succeed, right? Especially in hiring, but also for the company by itself, because you need people who are willing to learn, who are willing to grow, and you want people who are not at the end of their development. I mean, no one is really at the end of their development, but who think they are at the end of their development and just come in and do their job. But you want people, or you need people who are eager to learn, curious, go outside of the comfort zone, etc. So that's why I really like this mindset. And after my Alteryx time, I went on to ServiceNow. More to ServiceNow in my next episode, my first episode, basically. So that's kind of a hint that's also really interesting. But now I'm here. Great so far, and a really high learning curve. So what I've learned in my first year basically is stunning, and looking forward to more here. Basically, what kind of followed me, or what I also realized during my whole professional life so far, is that without trust and authenticity, there is no success, and no success, there's also no happiness. And happiness, you need to really not just enjoy your job, right? Because it's a huge part of your life, but also in your personal life. So I think this is the foundation to really be successful in professional wise, but also personal wise. So maybe a little bit of explanation why I think I have happiness now in my current job, or where I am, basically, not just in professional but also personal life. I think the key for that is that I really love my job. I love to be a recruiter. I love to talk to different people every day, and basically, I found that one day, and it was kind of electrifying, that as a recruiter, you change the life of people. And with that, I think that describes it quite well and on the point. And if someone outside of the IT industry, or someone outside of our kind of industry ask me what I do, I will tell them I change the life of people. And that is much better than saying, okay, every day I have an interview for that and that. In one sentence, everything described. And so that's kind of what's driving me. And another point to that maybe also is I do care about the candidates, right? And candidates isn't basically or might not be the right wording for it, because at the end, how I'm gonna take the conversation. So I wouldn't call it necessarily interviews, but how I take the conversations is more like informal in a way that I try to be at the same level with the other person. So it's not like I'm a recruiter, I ask the questions and you have to answer, and you have to be afraid if one answer isn't what I want to hear, etc. So that's not the case, right? Because I do take the other person as he or she is, and that's, I think, a good baseline for the future relationship. So that's kind of my mindset here. Finally, what's kind of interesting to know about me is that I really do care about our environment, about the climate. So you will find also some episodes about that in the future. And at the end, maybe one more thing. So you also might wonder why I'm talking in English. So it's not my native language. I think you could probably hear that. However, I really like to go outside of my comfort zone, and this is the reason why I talk in English during my podcasts. And at the end, I hope you could take something out of my somehow short intro to get a better understanding of who I am, of who you are listening to, and talk to you soon. Thank you. I hope you took something out of this episode, and if not, let's try next time. Thank you for tuning in, and speak soon. Any feedback, let me know in the comments. Stay true to yourself and have a terrific weekend. Your City.